The golden light of the setting sun bathes the park. Families laugh, children play, and couples stroll hand in hand. Sitting alone on a weathered bench is Lucille. She looks older than her 40 years, her face lined with exhaustion and heartbreak. The worst pain a woman could ever feel is watching her loved ones happy without her, moving on as if she doesn't exist. Lucille grips the edge of the bench looking for support as she catches her breath, tears brimming in her eyes, a heart filled with pain and heartache. I am not part of their life anymore, I'm no longer needed. They have forgotten my existence, she murmurs as she looks at her family laughing, talking animatedly, and hugging each other, a picture of a perfect family and happiness as they enjoy their weekend at a park. She watches them for a moment longer, then rises to leave. Her steps are heavy, her heart is weary, and her body is exhausted from long and hard labor. At night in her small apartment, Lucille sits in the dimly lit room, staring at the plate full of food in front of her, then slightly eating them. There's a knock on the door. Feeling confused, she runs towards the door. Opening it, she's startled to find Layla, her face flushed with anger. Why are you here? Why did you come back? Layla spats angrily at her mother. Lucille's heart sinks. She steps aside to let Layla in. I wasn't expecting you, Lucille says in a low tone, but Layla cuts her off. Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting you to show up at the park like some stalker. What were you doing there? Trying to ruin things for Dad and Monica? Lucille's jaw tightens, but she remains calm. I wasn't trying to ruin anything. I just wanted to see you and your brother. You wanted to see us? After all these years? After abandoning us? Layla's voice rose with mockery. Lucille flinches, her eyes wide with hurt. Pain registered on her face. She can't believe her daughter talked this way now. Abandoned you? She asks softly with pain. Layla, I never, Layla interrupts her. Don't. Layla signals her not to say a lie. Monica told me everything. How you left because you found someone else. How you had stopped sending money when you decided we weren't your priority anymore. Lucille's hands tremble as she clenches them into fists. And you believed her? Lucille asks slowly, her voice is breaking. Why wouldn't I? She's been here. You haven't. Layla responded snappily. Lucille's composure cracks. She slams her hand on the table, startling Layla. Because I was too busy working my hands to the bone overseas to send you everything you needed. Lucille finally let out her frustration and pain. Layla freezes, stunned by her mother's outburst. Do you think I left because I wanted to? Your father found someone else and moved on before I even had a chance to fight for my family. He found Monica and made it clear there was no place for me anymore. Lucille's voice trembles, tears streaming down her face and her body is shaking. But I didn't want you and Ethan caught in the middle of my pain. So, I left, Layla. I left so you could have some kind of stability. I took every degrading job I could find, cleaning toilets, washing dishes. I became somebody's maid so I could send money back to you. I work a day and night just for me to forget my pain and longing. Layla can't believe the truth she just heard. But Monica said, she whispered. But Lucille cut her through gritted teeth. She lied. Every cent I earned went to you and Ethan. Your father and his mistress even spent my earnings on their luxury. I wrote letters your father never gave you. Lucille's face is a mess with tears. Her heart is breaking. Do you know the worst pain I ever felt? She asks Layla in a soft whispery voice. It isn't what Monica said about me or your father's betrayal. It is that you believed her lies over me, your mother, Lucille cried in pain. Layla's lips tremble, her anger dissipating as guilt seeps in. She slowly walks closer to her mother. Mom, I didn't know. No, you didn't. But you never even asked me, Layla. You judge me easily without thinking that everything may just be a lie. The weight of her mother's words crashes over Layla. Her knees buckle, and she collapses onto a chair, burying her face in her hands. She cried in sorrow. I'm so sorry. I should have asked. I should have trusted you. Lucille kneels in front of her, gently pulling her hands away. I forgave you long before you came here, Layla. You're my daughter. My love for you never stopped. A mother's love is greater than any pain. Layla throws her arms around her mother, sobbing into her shoulder. I love you, Mom. I am so sorry. Lucille holds her tightly, her tears flowing freely. I love you too, Layla. Always, she responds softly. Next day at the park. Layla and Lucille walk side by side, Ethan running ahead of them, laughing. The sun shines brightly, casting a warm glow over them. Layla slips her hand into her mother's, squeezing it gently. We'll fix this, Mom. I promise. Layla promises softly. Lucille smiles, a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Yeah, we'll fix this together. We will never be apart again.